everybody. Okay, so I'm your Holy Ghost, and I'd like to open up by pouring a scale onto the ground for all the ones who couldn't be here. Anybody who couldn't make it to session, or who left too early, or just Nico, or no word out, or anything like that. I just want to honor their memory. So, yeah.
Do it on the pavement, by the way.
No, do it on the grass.
Actually?
Yeah, it's always the grass.
I didn't
Right
remember
there.
that.
On the grass. Yeah.
My memory's just bad.
Okay. So, the session was pretty wild. As I mentioned, I was your Holy Ghost, and that put me in charge of organizing lots of different things around the session with two of the most amazing people ever, Emmy and Bella, and that I actually helped organize Passionfruit. And it's been a fun time, and I think the most amazing part is that there's so many people to help you handle all that. And I have to pass on this little thing that means the world to me to somebody now, because there's always going to be a Holy Ghost, and it has to be somebody who's amazing and sweet and just altogether wonderful. So Ava, could you come up here? So the session, I also sacrificed a watermelon. I don't know if any of you were there, but I basically cut her open. Her name was Carol. She rests in peace. And we made like some crazy fruit punch inside her. And after that, we declared a watermelon overlord. And that was Chris. So Chris, could you come up here and claim your position as shots for next year?
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, please don't break it. Don't be like me and break it after like 5 minutes.
It wasn't just you.
It was just
Breaking it is time on
That happens like every day.
Okay, so the first time I came to CTY in 17-1, I already thought I knew a lot. My best friends had gone 16-2, and they basically spent the entire year telling me, oh my god, there's this crazy summer camp and I love it and you need to come next year. Go to CTY, go to CTY, go to CTY. And that was all I'd heard about it for like an entire year, so of course I had to come. And before I came, I read basically all of real CTY. So I already came in with like a tiny bit of knowledge, and it was pretty amazing. I was in love, and I was that one obnoxious squirrel in the front of the dances who like tries to line up with the position holders, and I just thought I was so cool. And I know it isn't that way now, but it was just something that I loved. And then 18-1 came around, and I realized that like my love for CTY wasn't just the novelty of it, it was kind of the magic of this place and how amazing it is and all like the relationships formed here. I learned to rave, I became a watermelon overlord, and the bruises from raving were like totally worth it. And 19-1 was amazing too. It was a bit terrifying. It was obviously my last session, and I met some of the most amazing people. I adopted 7 squirrel kids, Chris, Christy, Deej, Charlie, Anna, Michelle, and Allison, and I love you all so much with my entire heart. I also had some of the most amazing classmates. See some of you here. It was like daily TikTok dances with Ethan and Ricardo. It was like Pumbaa the Flying Purple Pig. It was fun, and I loved it so much. And now it's got to end. You know that line in Anna's Son, this house is falling apart? And it really does feel that way, because people, how many friends, how many traditions, how many different things have gone through this place before we came and have left before we came. And we can't know what's going to happen without us here. We can't know. But I think that's part of the beauty of it, because everything's changing and everything's moving on. And we need to accept that and move on too. And I guess everything fades a bit with time, but that's okay. Anna's Sun creates like this beautifully ragged and nostalgic image, and that can't be how we see CTY in the coming years. We have to see it with like the light that we see it now, like this wonderful like safe space that we have. And when next summer comes around and we're playing the CTYG, we're just gonna think of this and we're gonna just be happy again. We shouldn't be sad. We're the generation lost in space, and every year of No More's. We grew up here, and this place is more like home than where we're from. And I guess it's time to move out. Gather up our jackets, move into the exits. With every dance, a little piece is found, and a little piece is lost. In fear that this would end so abruptly, because we don't have time to start again. So we have to be quick with our love for CTY. We have to compress it into a mere 3 weeks a year, and hope that it holds strong in the hearts of those we meet because there is much CTY as Lancaster is. Just to name a few of the wonderful people that I have here who are a home to me. Cece, Sam, Grace, Emmy, Bella, Lindsay, Naomi, Sylvie, Julian, Matt, Paige, Connie, Laura, Jessica, everybody, all of you. I love you so much. Like, even if I've only ever talked to you once, you all mean so much to me. And we might not have quad time anymore or American Pie circles at dances, but we have so much more. We have a family, and everyone here is a part of it. In 17-1, I took Topi, otherwise known as Utopias and Dystopias, and we determined that a utopia can't exist because while one thing might be perfect for one person, it might not be the right thing for another. But I think CTY is the closest I'll ever come to a utopia. It's the closest to heaven that I'll ever be. And I think many of us might agree. I love this place so much, and I love CTY. Thank you. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit.
Okay, so, Susanna, the son before me, didn't even have, like, a chunk of speech before this, and I kind of copied what she did, because I watched her video and I was like, let's do this. So I'm gonna invite Christy up here, because I'm gonna make her the son next year. And I know she'll do an amazing job next year because she's so kind and outgoing, and that's just what the sun is, the kind one. I feel like everyone here either wrote this months in advance or was like me and the rest of the Procrastination Nation and wrote this last night at an ungodly hour while playing it all night. Or maybe you're gonna ad-lib it, and good for you, man. Like, that takes balls. Anyways, CTY has meant so much to me over the past 4 years. It feels like home, and the people here feel like family. Nowhere else in the world can I have people who are my siblings and my children and my parents, my aunts and my uncles, and sometimes my grandparents, all at the same time. CTY is like Alabama in that way. People who I've met have brought me through good times and bad times and made me feel less alone, even if they were in other states or even countries, and have just generally been real friends. Something I, after 4 years, am just absorbing the value of. It's not the place that makes CTY, although that's part of it. It's the people who make CTY. I've gone through boxes of snack-sized bags of chips and probably pounds worth of popcorn, but none of it means anything without the memories of who I shared it with, and how we ended up eating jam and crackers as snacks at Star Crash, which is very extra, by the way, and the fried tofu that we thought was chicken nuggets. And I know this is a lot of food references, But I was really hungry when I was writing this, so don't attack me. The point is, this is my home, and it's so strange to think about how leading up to session, it was all I could talk about, and all my friends back home that I know that I could literally never shut up about it. But now, in the blink of an eye, it's gone. It's funny to think of that. The fact that something so long anticipated can be gone so soon. But I'm glad I appreciated it, and I think I'm ready to leave it. I have so many memories from this session alone, and I know that even though the place may be gone, the people won't be, and I'll truly have the heart of CTY at my fingertips, available to talk, text, snap, whatever, at any moment I need them, and I know they'll be there for me. To all of my friends, my acquaintances, my boyfriend who I met 2 years ago, and all the people who I've met all along the way. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY and I love the passion fruit.
Hold on. I mean, real quick before you start, everyone turn off your weekday morning alarms. We don't want them going off in the middle of speeches.
Also, don't drink unless you paid for it. Thank you. So before I start rambling, I need to pass this ugly mug down. The father has been a wonderful experience for me this session, and I know this next person is going to be amazing at it. So, Chris, could you come here? Okay. So, in case you weren't aware, I was also the holder of the Galaxy Hat this session. The Galaxy Hat represents the friendships and the inclusion at CTY, and the next holder is someone who I know really embodies that. Ava, would you take the hat from me? Okay. So I'm gonna start rambling by saying that I love all of you guys, and I'm gonna miss you a lot. CTY has always been so special to me. The fact that I subject myself to 3 extra weeks of school should really tell you something about how much I love it here. But seriously, this is the most inclusive place I've ever been to. I was never able to just fully be me until I came here. And every time I leave, I find a little bit more of myself at CTY. This was actually the first place I ever came out to anyone. I remember at 16-1, I was like 13 and like this tall, and I had no idea what was going on around me, or why everyone was just so casually like gay. Not even 3 days in, I was talking to a friend and I was like, hey, I think I like girls. And she was chill with it, and it was just like never brought up again. I'm so thankful to my 16-1 friends for convincing me to come to Lancaster. I've met some of my best friends here. Friends I know that I'll always be able to turn to, even if we haven't spoken in years. Everyone truly loves each other, and it makes me so happy to see that. There's no way I can sum up everything I want to say in such a short amount of time. But I need everyone here to remember that you're here for a reason, and that you're you for a reason, and nobody gets to tell you otherwise. I've learned that here too. I want to take a hot minute to just talk about some people. So, first of all, I want to thank my roommate Neha for putting up with my friends and always being in our room. And Paige, thank you for sticking with me all of 17-1 and always bringing me food. You're like my best friend, and I'm going to miss you a lot. Matt and Chris, thank you guys for trying to teach me how to rave, even though I can't even do 3-beat. I love you guys so much. Cece, I love you, and I'm sorry we didn't get to know each other sooner. You're my divot buddy, and I'm really going to miss living next to you. Lindsay and Naomi, thank you guys for always being so hilarious and positive. I love you so much. To the rest of Trinity, Bella and Sophia, the session was amazing because of you guys. I don't know where I would be without you two by my side. Grace, Deej, and Christy, I love you guys so much. You're all idiots and I love it. You mean the world to me. Sam, you give the best hugs in the world, and it really freaking sucks that our last hug today will probably be our last one forever. You're my brother and my son and my best friend all at the same time. And to Selah, who isn't here, thank you for helping me figure out who I am. Thank you for introducing me to these crazy people and this crazy life. I love you, and I hope we all made you proud. So I guess, without further ado, I like you, I love you,
I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit.
Oh, whack. Alright.
I'm sorry.
Well, thanks for that setup, Kimmy. So, hey y'all. This isn't a place I thought I'd be for a while. I guess I need to start off by giving away this crap.
It's not crap, okay?
Shut up, Matt.
Shut up is a bad word.
CTYI.
This is like AI all over again. All y'all shut up. I have one hope for this session. I hope that I made you laugh. I hope that by something that I did, I was able to bring some of that happiness into your life and onto your face. And I know that if I did fail at that, I know someone who won't. And that's Naomi. So I spent my pre-passion fruit all-nighter watching Star Trek instead of writing a passion fruit speech. So I guess I'm just gonna ramble for a bit. My first year was 16-1, and honestly, it was a terrible 3 weeks. Like, I had a very bad time, and then someone, I don't remember who, someone convinced me to go to passion fruit, and I saw all the no mores who I had spent the entire session thinking were so much cooler than me. That was like all I knew about them. I didn't know their names. I just knew they were cooler than me. I saw them giving their speeches, and I heard what this place was to them. And it convinced me to come back. It suddenly didn't matter anymore that my hall had forgotten I existed for most of the session. Like, it was, it brought me back, and then it was one of the best decisions I ever made to try this place again. 17-1, I had one of the best halls I could have asked for. Yeah, Mike. I met the magnificent Nathan Burke. And I started to throw myself into tradition for the first time. After being possibly the world's largest squirrel the year before. And then 18-1 was such a weird year. 16-1, the only friend I had who wasn't like actually a bad person was Selah. She adopted me. And then 18-1, she dragged me into the alcove and made me talk to her friends. And it was a great time. I love all those people so much. And then to see them giving their goodbyes at Passion Fruit was even more powerful. I can't describe it. And now I'm here now at a moment that for a while I never thought I would have, and over time that changed into a moment that I hoped I would never have. I'm here at the end of the tour, and I wish I could tell you that I was ready to leave, and I'm not. But this place is too wonderful to just, leave behind. I'm gonna bring it with me. It's gonna be with me. I'm gonna remember it. I'm here for y'all, and for y'all as well, but these people, my closest friends on the planet. I want to end this with a quote from the great poet, Big Audio Dynamite. To me, soon will be the day when I will pay you handsomely. Broken hearts are hard to mend. I know I've had my share. but life just carries on, even when I'm not there. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit. Should I leave this here or take it? Is that what this here? Take it? Yeah, okay.
Matt, you better take yours.
No, so I'm gonna put it back and
Oh,
shuffle them out.
one quick thing. About a week ago, acts of thievery were committed. I think I'm supposed to give this back to y'all. I really want to. It's kind of ugly. If you don't want it, please take it.
We love it. So, I guess we'll get right to it. I'm Matthew Mong. If you don't know me, I was your Jack Flash this year. Kind of guy that loves raising intentions. And next year, I think that somebody that I really think will do a really good job of teaching all of you, and honestly, doing a much better job than I ever will be Fox Chiat. So, part of something that we do when we pass down Jack Flash is I make you spin a glow stick on chains. So, give me 1 second. We're gonna do that right now. Now. Okay. We're doing great. All right. All right. Hold on. You can untie those. Put them around your neck. And so another part of passing stuff down is for Jack Flash is that Jack Flash also passes down a hat that has a lot of meaning to the person. So last year, my predecessor Sayla gave me her hat, her snapback, and this is the snapback she bought when she first came out. So, and like this has a lot of meaning to her and has a lot of meaning to me. Unfortunately, I'm not the kind of guy to wear hats, so I'm passing down this Santa hat, which I thought it was quirky. I wore this when I was watching the Christmas Spectacular with my little sister Michaela. And that's one thing I'm passing down, but also I'm passing down a white jacket that he's wearing right now. These are the jackets that I wore almost every single day of my school year, my CTY career, and basically all the time. So yeah, let's start this. So I'm really bad at time, and so I went to bed at 2:30, got up at 4:30 a.m. and decided to write my Passionfruit speech 1 hour ago. But for me, I think a lot of people would go to this too. If you really love something, then you don't have to prepare anything for it. So let's start with this.
Matt, I will literally remove your wrists.
Anyways, okay, so
No more rings.
Not the hands, the
my
wrists.
first year of CTY was 18.1. However, my first exposure to CTY was actually in 2014, when my friend came to me, and his name was Alex Chen, and he says, "Hey, I learned this really cool thing called raving, and I'm gonna make you learn it, and you don't have a say in this either." And I'm like, "Well, crap! I guess I gotta learn raving now." And so, in front of my driveway, he taught me and my friend Forrest 2-beat, 3-beat, 1-beat, basics, and since that day, I got really into raving, and I probably got pretty good, I don't know. And like every single day until he went to college, we spent time on our driveway, and like he would just teach me how to do stuff. And so 18.1 comes by, and I'm like, hey, I'm pretty good at raving. I could probably beat up the Jack Flash and whatever. That was a lie. Sayla was really good. I was really bad. But I think one thing I really want to iterate is that Sayla taught me something that I don't think I would have ever learned if I didn't come here. And that is the power of people. Like, if I didn't come here, I would have never met Sayla, I would have never met Nathan Burke, Elise Chapman, Zoe Winston, and a bunch of other people that I'm not able to name right now. But all of them had like some really major impact on me and like changed my life in some really valuable way that made me a better person the next day. And I think that's really what CTY really is. Because once we leave today, once we go back to our homes, we remember the traditions, we remember the culture, we remember the culture, remember everything that happened at CTY. But what really makes CTY special is the people. And so, in about 6 hours, I think, all of us will probably have to go back to our homes. And I will be going back to my home in NJ, New Jersey. And a lot of my friends will be going back to home in Virginia. And then some of you are gonna be leaving the country, guys. Why? Like, stay in America, please. But well, that really sucks. Like, we only have 2 weeks together, and yet most of us are probably gonna make friends that are closer to the friends we have at home. But for me, I kind of see that as a challenge. Like, I have to travel to all these places to see these people again. Challenge accepted. But I want to end this with a small story So before I came to session, I was like scrolling through Real CTY, and I found the 13.1 Jack Flash's Real CTY page, and he had his Facebook on it. So what did I do? I messaged this man, and poor glib Dolotov was not ready for the fiasco I was about to give him. So a little after I said hi, talked to him, kind of made myself a reasonable looking human being, I said, hey, can you introduce me to some of the other Jack Flashes? And instead of introducing me to just the 2012 and 2014 one, he introduces me to every single one of them except 15.1 and 8. So I asked a lot of them for advice, and a lot of them kind of gave me the same thing. Well, a lot of them also gave me a lot of really good advice too. Have fun, be yourself, choreograph something, talk to new people. But like, the one that I really wanted, that like really stuck with me was 2014, Spencer McClung, and he told me that CTY is only 3 weeks. It really is a magical place, but you really gotta learn to let go. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit. Everyone smile.
No, I don't want all of it. I'll take your mom
Hey everybody, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Cece and I was your stripper this year. Since receiving this skirt, I've kept it by my bedside every night, and it served as a reminder of my friends, family, and home. I'm so honored to have had the opportunity to be involved in this, and I would like to thank everyone who participated. Also, I'd like to thank Esther and Kayla for helping me with all the planning for these activities. It wouldn't have been possible without them. I hope you all enjoyed the performance, and if you didn't, I'm sure you will next year. I'm happy to announce your 20.1 stripper, Julia. Okay, so here it goes. I've been going to CTY for 5 years, and honestly, it's hard to imagine a summer without it. I first came to Lancaster in 16.2, and I was really spoiled. I remember sitting in the corner of Anthony's playing Minecraft competitions. I was somewhat interested in tradition, but I wasn't sure where to start or who to ask. I went to 17.2 and was kind of happy with it. After that summer, I decided to double step. I came to 18.1 confused and knowing nobody. Somehow, I found myself in the center of tradition. I made friends with those who upheld it and was encouraged to participate in anything and everything. And I had fun. I loved feeling like I was a part of something bigger than just me. But honestly, I'm kind of okay with it. I know that the people we know will do great, and I know that the one will carry on tradition. I know that I'm still going to be able to see most of my friends, and maybe even for longer, less supervised periods of time. But even so, it's hard to leave. It hasn't quite hit me yet that I'm not coming back. Maybe it's because I have another session. Maybe I'm just a master at procrastinating. All I really know is that I love all of you. Thank you to everyone who has made my time here the best for me. Thank you to Sam for being the best friend I could ask for. To Nathan for adopting me, no matter how late. To Lindsay, the love of my life, particularly in the presence of fuckboys. To Bella for dealing with my constant imperfection. Every break, and so many more people that I don't have enough time to mention by name. I'd like to end my speech with some advice for specific groups. To the squirrels and anyone interested in tradition, ask. Most CTYs will go on and on explaining everything to you, maybe even to an extreme. To the future position holders, don't waste your session solely on your responsibility. I mean, do your job, but allow yourself Basically, let yourself get involved in all the weird traditions. Don't let them define your session. I guess I'm pretty much done here. So, I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love Passionfruit.
Hi guys, I'm Naomi. I'm Lindsay. We were your Blamo Gods this year. So I guess first we should just talk about who won. Yeah, Blamo? Okay. So yeah, with 15 kills, Myra. Over the past couple years they lost this large spoon before mailing it to me eventually. So they were like, we need to pass something down. And they started passing down a very basic water bottle that does not look like anything. So, Myra, if you would like to take your spoon that you use for Blamo, you can write something on it and put it into the water bottle. It has spoons from the last 2 years in it, and it'll be a little piece of you.
Elmira!
Now we need to pass down our positions. So the person that I chose for my position is so sweet and so outgoing, and I know she's going to be a really good Blamo goddess, and I have a lot of admiration for her, so Myra. And the person that I have chosen is one of the sweetest people that I have ever met. She is so strong and honestly a goddess already. And I know that she's going to be really amazing as Blamo goddess. So Rhea, please come up. Okay, so now we need to do the customary spoon shower. No, Rhea. Yeah. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
They definitely all broke during that.
Yeah, they definitely did. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. So, last night, at like 4 in the morning, I wrote a very long passionfruit speech, and it's probably really bad because I did it while very, very tired. But here we go. So, I've been to a couple of different places before I went to CTY, different summer programs. I went to normal, average sleepaway camp. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but nothing special. I also went to a theater camp, and some of you know my stories about that place. Obviously, it was not for me. Then I found myself at CTY, my home. There was something so perfect about this place, bringing up the question, what is it that makes CTY so special? There's tradition, which is honestly whack. There's nowhere else where I can say the most culty chants at night, sacrifice a watermelon twice, and have people refer to me as either spoon girl or, hey, did you spin that light stick thing? And pretty much never my name. No place where I can lay with my friends in a grass orgy, or a spoon chain, almost no questions asked. I guess that's a fun segue to friendship. I have no idea what I did to deserve these people. There's all my Alcovian babes, who I either met last year or somehow bonded with ridiculously over GroupMe and scattered meetups. And they are the sweetest, most accepting human beings who have been with me through the best and worst moments of this past year. I honestly came into CTY ready to hide out with them the whole time and be antisocial, trademark symbol. But then I met the people in my class and my hall, and damn, they are so amazing. I'll admit I was a little nervous since I was coming in a little late, but the scariest hellos can lead to the most difficult goodbyes. It's amazing how close we can get with people over just 3 weeks. How we know each other's darkest secrets and deepest traumas before each other's favorite colors. To Time moves differently at CTY, and although it all feels way too short, it also seems like I've known all of these people all my life. It's shocking how fast we become a family, and I couldn't be more grateful that BOC was my final class. I don't know what I did to deserve you all. Then there's also the community. My first time being out of the closet was at CTY last year, and I was shocked to be welcomed with the most open arms. Never had I felt such blatant acceptance before, and it has allowed me to gain the confidence to be the person I am today. But maybe most importantly, CTY has allowed me to be myself unapologetically. I don't hide any part of my personality. It's all just out there raw for everyone to see, and people are fine with it, more than fine with it. CTY has given me the gift of knowing and accepting who I am. More than anything, I love the person that I allow myself to be at CTY. Now my journey is over. I started this road knowing it would have to come to an end, and although so much has happened in this time, it still feels like yesterday I walked in, unaware how much this unknown path would become a home along the way. As I leave this place, I leave a piece of my heart behind me. I know that a small part of me will remain here, and that's okay. Because the love of all the people from years before and the love that will be given in years to come is what makes CTY, and I could not be happier knowing that my love and memory will be added to what turns CTY from a camp into a family. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passion Fruit.
Hi, if you don't know me, my name's Naomi. To be honest, there is no way to sum up how I feel about CTY. I've been going for 9 straight summers, and it's full of the weirdest, craziest, best people I have ever met. There's so many things that have happened at CTY. I've snorted pepper, I've organized blammo, I've screamed bizarre after dance chants, and I've also learned how to be happy and how to make and keep friends no matter how far away we are. I've always felt like a better person at CTY. I'm a lot happier, and that's going to make it hard to do. But someone once told me that who you are at CTY, you should keep being all year round. So that was really cool. So I want to say thank you to all the people who have changed my life. From Grace, who's been there since our school year in Baltimore, to Lindsay, who's an amazing grandma guy, to Connie and Lisa, who just met 2 weeks ago, but it feels like and thank you to all the people that I don't have enough time to say. I love and miss you all so much already. And good luck with future grandma guys, especially Myra. I know you guys are going to do a great job, and I hope you love it as much as I do. CTY is a beautiful place with beautiful people, and my life is always going to be a little bit sadder without it. But in 20 years, I know that I can look back at these memories, at American Pie, and Blammo, and the after dance, and all those inside jokes, and so much more, and still have all the good memories. So, I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passion.
Hi guys, I'm Sylvie and I was a friend this year, so before I give my speech, I'm gonna hand it down. So, the person I'm giving it to couldn't be a better choice. She has the biggest heart, she's so caring, and she understands how important it is to provide the best person as possible.
How do I on you? I don't know. Is there like spike things? Because that's what you said. Yeah, okay, that's good.
Don't touch the spikes. Don't touch the spikes.
Oh, for the love of
And
God.
then here's the. Okay, so I haven't always loved CTY, which seems shocking. I was dragged here 16-1 by my parents, who had heard about this educational camp and wanted me to learn in the summer. I cried every night for a week because I didn't think I'd fit in with these nerds. And I played lacrosse back then, if that helps you paint a picture. Then I started making friends. I was adopted by my amazing squirrel mom, Jasmine, and then I went up to Oliver, who was the Holy Ghost that year, and straight up asked him to adopt me, so A+ for initiative. I left CTY that year crying again, but this time because I would miss it so much. But I still had no idea how special a place it was. I came back to Lancaster 17-1, a little begrudgingly, but still left crying. 18-1 was is the enemy of a no more, and the slower we will it to go, the less it listens to us. My time here is quickly running out, and I feel a little bit helpless. CTY has been my home for 4 years, and whatever has gone on during the rest of the year, I knew I had CTY to be back to. I got to start fresh here, make friends with people I would never meet otherwise, and be my true, authentic self. I honestly think that without CTY, I would be a much shittier person. I did most of my growing up here, and leaving means that I'm losing a big chunk of my childhood. I'm endlessly grateful to this place for making me who I am. I don't know what I'd do without CTY as a constant every summer, but memories can make you strong even when you can't return to what made them. I can only hope and pray that I find another community that's nearly as amazing as CTY. And I honestly don't know if I'm ready to leave. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julian. I was your cloak and your squid hats this year. And I guess I gotta start this off by handing those off. Gotta address the future before I speak about the past. So, the squid hats go to Sarah. Sarah, wherever you are, get up here. Yeah, you. I mean, look at her. She looks like a squid hat, okay? Like she's the person who I can most easily picture wearing a squid hat. The hats actually got lost a couple of years ago, so hug.
You should dye your hair blue.
Hey, this is all natural Smurf juice. I don't know what you're talking about. No hair dye used. That's content. And now, the cloak. The cloak is supposed to represent the spirit of individuality here. It's basically the position of weird kid, in case you haven't already figured that out just by knowing me. And so I want to give this off to someone who has been an amazing individual and somehow an even better friend this session. Alex, get over here.
I got it.
I forgot to unlock my phone before I did this. And I forgot to open my notes. Wow.
Okay, Julian, we love you.
So much.
Okay, I guess it's time for my goodbyes now. So at the end of our speeches, you might have noticed this neat little phrase we say: I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit. One of these is different from the others. I CTY you. CTY is not a verb. But it still has a really significant meaning. You know, I've been asking myself, what does it really mean to CTY someone? And I guess I've come to the answer that it means to love someone as much as you love CTY and just as much as CTY loves you. And really, here this is a pretty easy thing to do because CTY is an F&M, it's not Johns Hopkins, it's you guys. Everybody in this circle around me, and also everybody who's still in their dorms asleep because they went too hard at the last dance. We love CTY because it loves us. We love CTY because no matter how many times we fuck up, it still is willing to forgive us without a second thought, and it's willing to help us be a better person for it. I can't count the number of times this has happened with me, involving everybody over here, and here, just always. We love CTY because if you need to be heard, people will listen and they will help because they love you. Get it through your heads, we all love you. You know, You are the people who forgive each other's mistakes, who are happy just to be there for one another, and who never ask anything more of each other than to just be yourselves. Because really, that's the best thing you can be. I love CTY because I've never been more certain that I am loved back, and I still don't think I really understand how special that is. And because of how much I love CTY, I have two selfish requests to make of everybody here. First, to everybody coming back next year, remember us, the No Mores. Everybody who's leaving this year, remember us. They say that you're really dead when nobody remains who remembers you. I'm not ready to die a first time today, and I'm sure as hell not ready to die again. Second request. Even though our time here at F&M is up, pretend like it isn't. I could say that I've made my peace, I'm ready to leave, but once again, I'm not. I'm just as scared and confused to go back out into the real world as I was the first time I had to leave. So, you know, just pretend you're still here. Pretend that CTY is gonna last forever. Make some whack-ass tradition back home to remind people it's okay to be weird. Make friends, make more friends, make even more friends. Smile every day, and make sure that you love, like, and CTY as many people as you can every day. Because if I'm ever lucky enough to meet any one of you outside of this place, I'll know. So really, I guess, to CTY someone is just to love them, but more. Because that's what this place is, that's what we all share here. Love. That's it. And honestly, at the end of my time here, I could not be happier to give, have given, and be giving as much love as I possibly can to all of you. Because I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion.
Too emotional to breathe. So, I'm going to start this off by passing down the lanyard stack, which is this very uncomfortable, pretty heavy thing I'm supposed to wear. And I'm going to pass it down to someone who has expressed a lot of interest in it and frankly needs more sleep, so Sam Naiman. Ow, 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 ow.
The hair comes with the staff.
Yeah, sorry about the hair.
That's just
It's traditional
Yeah,
that you have to have your own hair.
So, I wrote a speech for this, but I just kind of decided that I am going to improvise it because why not? So when I first came to CTY, first I heard about CTY from Lindsay in her school when she was telling me about her engineering course and all the jokes that came with it, and I said, I need to go here. This sounds amazing. I get to pick a class and learn for 7 hours a day. It's like school, but better. But anything's better than school. But when I came here, I remember standing up in a line, waiting to get my course information and my room assignment on opening day, listening to two people in front of me talk about God knows what, and being terrified. I did not know anything. Within a few hours of coming here, before evening class on the first day even started, I made friends. I made friends with Laura, and I made friends with a girl named Sophia Patel, who cannot come this year, but really should have been here this year. She was amazing. And I left here just waiting for the next time I could step on this ground again with these amazing people and experience CTY a second time. So I did. And I came back in 17.1 ready to double session, which was hard. So first session, I was dragged into the alcove by Laura and immersed in all this tradition and all the nuances and all the craziness that I didn't experience before. And I realized that in order to come to the alcove, you don't need to be invited.
You just need to be yourself. You need to be willing to experience all these new, amazing, and weird things. That session, I didn't have a good relationship with my hall, but it didn't matter. Because outside my hall, I had everyone else. Second session was hard because I had PCTYD for the first session. I felt like I was in an alternate universe where everything was the same but like slightly different, so it felt really weird. And I had some sensory issues at one of the dances in Weezer second session, which really didn't help. But at the end I left CTY, and I had a really hard year. It was crazy. It was filled with a lot of tests, first ever AP classes, and a diagnosis of obsessive compulsive disorder. It was not fun, but the idea of coming back here got me through it. The idea of being around these amazing people once again got me through the year in a way that nothing else could have. When I came here, I magically thought that maybe I would get better. Maybe away from the stress of school, I would suddenly be mentally healthy again, and I wouldn't have to deal with anxiety, and that did not happen. I had an anxiety attack at AI, but it didn't matter in hindsight, because the thing that mattered is the fact that people immediately were there to help me, and in no other place have I experienced that, where people are so willing to help other people no matter what the situation, whether it be a broken spoon, or a class note, or an anxiety attack. And I think that's so special, how we're all willing to step up and help each other. And I don't see that in other places. This session was a surreal fever dream, where I had one of the best class groups of all time, one of the weirdest class groups of all time, and some amazing friends in the alcove. So I would like to give some advice to the people who will be here next year. Don't be afraid to be yourself. For a fair amount of time at home, I tried to be someone I wasn't, and it didn't work out well. It's hard. It's so much better to be yourself. You feel so much freer. 2, keep the old traditions if you can, but also make new ones. Make ones that remind you of your years at CTY. Make ones that start out as inside jokes, but spread. It's so much better that way. And 3rd, be kind to each other. Help each other when you need it. That is the most important thing. That's what CTY means. It's people who barely know each other, people who met a week ago, stepping up to help each other and to give someone a hug who might just need it that day. Nowhere else can you go up to someone and who you just met and give them a big hug. So while you're here, do it. Make them happy. So I'm gonna be leaving, and I'm not coming back next year. But for those who I didn't meet, I really wish I did. And for those who I did meet, I refuse to believe that this is the last time I'm seeing you. So I may not come back, but I'll be with you all somehow. I have to say to all of you, I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit. SKL.
Okay, so I wasn't supposed to have this. Caroline Cooper, God bless, she was supposed to have it, but she couldn't come back. So the next person who it went to wasn't actually gay. And then the third person it went to had like way too much on her plate to have to worry about this. So it went to me. And I didn't do the best job of it. There was a lot of conflict. I couldn't go to every glow. But I know, my foot's still asleep, but I know that the person who I'm giving it to next year, she's such an amazing, outgoing person. She's so nice and sweet, she's approachable, and she's gonna do the best that she can. And I love her so hecking much. So Sarah, come here.
gay. You're gay. Okay. So, Jessica was making for me, and it's just, she's the fucking light of my life. It just reminds me that what really makes CTY is the people, are the people. Like when we would call each other at like 10:30 just because like we needed to talk. It's stuff like that that like makes this what it is. But I do have a speech. I wrote it on page 1 of this notebook. I was gonna try bullet journaling, but then I kind of like gave up on that. So I try to make my life as happy as I can. I stop to smell the flowers and watch the sunset. I take joy in the little things and try to make not so little things happier. I know everything isn't happy. Life can suck, but you've got to make the best of what you have. And for me, instead of just like being sad session is over, I'm trying to cherish the fact that it did happen. CTY is just a place. What you'll remember and what you'll value is the memories that you made with the people you love. Don't go through life comparing everything to sessions or your session friends. CTY, it seems like it is now, but CTY isn't. As we grow up and move on, it's what we choose to take with us that matters. I'm taking a lot with me. Every grass corgi, ISO, 4 a.m. laundry, American Pie, brief circles and AIs, glows and bad acting appreciation, oh god, oh man. I'm taking with me every hug I've gotten and every piece of love taken. Dances and activities, night classes where you do absolutely nothing, and mid-session tests that you flunk. I'm taking them with me to the high school, college, and the rest of our lives are just beginning. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning. Through meetups in the summer, splash, post-community plans. Some will happen, some won't, and some shouldn't. We'll grow distant. It's inevitable, and that's okay. I'm ready for that to happen because these last 4 years, these 5 sessions, have genuinely meant so much to me. And I've heard people say that they wouldn't be who they are without CTY. And I kind of realized that applies to me too. I would not be who I am without CTY. I would be a different person. And these have been an amazing couple years. And this is a short speech, but I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for the next part of my life. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion.
What about the noodle guy?
Nico.
Alright, good.
Hello, Nico.
Nico, you look different.
Yeah, I'm a lot shorter.
Did you tan?
What?
Did you tan?
What? Oh yeah, no, I got darker too, but okay. So I'm doing Nico. He can't be here with us, but I'm doing it for him. So as a lot of you might know, I was a savage this year. The position was high-key dead when I was doing class, but I hope that I put a little bit more life into it and it will continue next year. I know that I left it in good hands. Ricardo, get up here. I wanted to hand down the position and not you with the savage needle in person today, but from what I've heard, get on your knees, man. I wanted to hand down but from what I've heard, you've been an amazing savage already, and I could not be more proud. I know you're going to do even more amazing next year, and we'll carry on my legacy. Ricardo, come here and be knighted. Nico's watching in spirit. Nico wanted me to do something crazy too.
Wash it out.
Take a shower.
Alright. If everything worked out the way it was supposed to, we're hearing this from Rohan School. I don't suspect, but you can just close your eyes and imagine him white. About 2.5 feet taller, and his voice a couple octaves lower. No shade to Rohan, though. I roast you a lot, but Rohan, you're my closest friend that stuck with me with 2 short semesters that I've come to CTY, and you've never failed to make all of us laugh. Being stuck at home, well, the last week of CTY has sucked, straight up. Hey, at least I'll be over PCTYD before everyone else. Is that a flex? But during these 5 days in which I was stuck in my boring house and forced to do productive things, I had a lot of time to think. A lot of that thinking was devoted to CTY. Not much of it. The classes CTY offers are amazing, and I love both years. But you can get that anywhere. You can't find this community anywhere else. Coming to CTY for my first year last year, I didn't really know what to expect. What are all these kids chanting? Isn't the Holy Ghost a Christianity thing? Why is this one wearing a jester hat? Why is that one swinging around a flashy, colorful balls? And why is he coughing so violently? CTY is a cult, we all know that. But it's a lot more than that too. It's where I met some of the most amazing friends I've ever made inside. And outside of class is where I've met an amazing girl. And it's where I truly learned how to be myself and not give a heck about what anyone else thinks. I can't even begin to describe how thankful I am for everyone that made my CTY best ever. Thank you to my classmates who I dissected brains with, and eyeballs and conquered big word. With gang symbols. Thank you to my diverse group of friends who gave me so many great, amazing memories. We got sanctioned together. We talked about my quads together. We carried 2 whole watermelons back home together. We crushed those watermelons in between our quads together. We swiped right on Lord Maximus together. We almost started running 2 miles together. And we learned to shuffle and get up together. Thank you to my adopted dad and uncle on my class, who loved me unconditionally. Thank you to my hallmates for putting up with my half-nakedness every hall meeting. Thank you to that amazing girl I mentioned for giving me someone who I look forward to seeing every single day. And you could always make this mine. Lastly, I want to thank everyone who did something that made me feel like I was still at camp. I don't know what I did to deserve any of it, but I could not be more humbled and honored. CTY was cut short for me this year, but the time that I did have was better than I could ever imagine. So to everyone that made CTY an experience that I will never forget, I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion. So I wrote this like 3 hours ago, and it was not a very captivating time. So I'm very or pop songs. So I was recording the hilarious videos and explaining dumb shit that was said throughout session, and it was a pretty nice way to remember good memories with all the people that I love. I was saying to pass the bonk to over there, along with all the memories it contains like this and my school here, I was at how popular remember together. Don't do it. And I was like, I had that haircut that you get when you're 13 and
find out you're not straight, and also just like no self-confidence at all. And then a few sessions of site hopping. After that, I found my home. I have some people in LA who I don't know who you are, and it makes me sad that there's still some people I've never got a chance to meet or talk to. I've changed so much since my school days, and I owe a lot of that to CTY, because every summer CTY challenges me to be the best version of myself I can be. You're so lucky, and just do everything you can. Like, take every opportunity. This is really incoherent. I don't know what I wrote here, but basically, just like, if you're not sure about something, just do it. I mean, not if you're not sure. Okay, yeah. But like, do try to push yourself, because you're gonna regret not taking all the chances you could have taken, and not talking to all people you could want to. Also, don't compare one year to your previous years, because every year is different. Every year is gonna have its own like highs and lows, and that's don't count down the days you have left this session, because just shoot. Every second is priceless. Like, we feel like you're here, and enjoy. Also, don't spend the rest of your year waiting for these 3 weeks. Use your experience from these 3 weeks to make the rest of your year better. I really don't want to leave. Yes, I've told you before, but if you leave from looking at them, I hope don't leave me. Come visit me in New York. Especially all you DMV people. Yeah, so, but CTY is my home, and I don't want to leave. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love you.
Hi. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Paige. When I first went to Baby CTY in 16-1, I asked myself, why the heck are you doing this? This is literally summer school, you idiot, and it's possibly the worst decision you've ever made. But little did I know just how wrong I was. Because over the last 4 summers, I've learned way more than just physics or biology or neuroscience. I've learned the value of belonging to a community, but with some of the most amazing people I know. I have dreaded writing this Passionfruit speech since my school year, and now that it's here, I finally understand why it's so hard. From cannons and razor circles to AI and blammo, CTY is truly a unique and one-of-a-kind place where everyone is accepted and feel like they can belong. This place means the world to me, and as I'm writing this, I realize that there's no way that I can summarize the years of memories, love, and friendship in just a 2-minute speech. The friends I've made at CTY have been some of the most amazing, loving, and wonderful people I've ever met. And I can't believe that I have to say goodbye, even if it's just for now. To the most talented, patient, and amazing ravers I've ever met, thank you Chris, Alex, Matt, Forrest, and Ethan for teaching me to rave
even though I'm kind of stupid and talentless, because apparently my fountain is still not a fountain. To my CTY family and those who have been with me since day one at F&M, Bella for taking me in as her squirrel child and being my boot camp buddy every day of 17-1, Emmy for always leaving her door open to me, literally, over the last 3 years, and Sam, my CTY mom, who's always there to listen to me and make me smile with the best jokes and hugs. To all my babes, which goes way too many to name, I love each and every one of you with all of my heart. Thank you guys for the countless memories and moments shared, whether that's filled with laughter or tears, and for being the craziest and most loving bunch I've ever met. It's crazy to think that 4 years went by in a flash, and it's really hitting me now how so many things I've always looked forward to will never happen again. No more grass orgies on the quad, or afternoons chants that make no sense to people who don't understand. I'll never get to steal Sam's clothes for drag day, or go around sticking duct tape on people for love day. And there's definitely no other place where a watermelon named Carol could be sacrificed on a Saturday. I'm fortunate enough to leave here with countless memories and friendships. And to quote Julian when he decided to be super sad and cheesy at the first dance during the stairway, if you would have told me that all of these amazing people existed on the same earth, I would not have believed you. And I'm so lucky to have known each and every one of you guys. I can't believe that my last summer at CTY is done, but I know that this community will forever be with me wherever I go. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passion Fruit. Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, I'm Connie, and I want you to picture this. It's a morning just like this in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, 17-2. I hated my first year, and I mean I hated it, like every part of it, except for the dances, because, you know, hype beats. So, maybe it's because it was session 2. Y'all know. But I came to Passionfruit, and much like Sam did, I saw all the position holders that I just, like, I didn't know them, I didn't know what they represented, but I saw them and I saw how sad they were. And I had to think about, like, what am I leaving behind this year? Like, what does this place mean to me? And, like, I thought about it, and I didn't have a concrete answer for myself, other than it was the first place I felt like I belonged. For my 13-year-old emo self, I felt like there was so much going on all the time that I couldn't even remember to, like, not like myself, because I had to love everyone else so much more. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll come back, maybe. So fast forward, I'm back again. It's Passionfruit. It's 2018, session 1, and I switched sessions because of my swim season. It was the best decision I've ever made, I'm pretty sure, because I got to meet my nerd gang, y'all, and it was one of the most welcoming, like, chaotic, delightful experiences I've ever had, just the whole session. And I felt like I was sitting at Passionfruit, and I literally felt this place weave itself into my bones. This place is a part of me, and it will always be. So, now picture me. I'm standing in the middle of it all, right here, right now. I'm fucking terrified. This year, I learned to know and embrace all the position holders, embrace all the traditions, wholeheartedly. There were so many ups, but there were also a lot of downs. Y'all.
by a truck.
And I kept thinking, throughout my last week, especially, like maybe my no more session wasn't supposed to be like this. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be like this crazy roller coaster. I wanted everything to be perfect, but life's not perfect, and neither is this. And that's not so bad, because what I was expecting was probably just so much less genuine than what I got. And it's genuine because of all of you. Something that I will always hold close. And so basically this speech is talking about my change as a person throughout my years. And I use CTY as like a marker. Like I use it to think about the in-betweens. And in between my first year and right now, I've become mentally healthy and stable. I've shed my emo phase and became a bro. I lowered my rights purity score by 17 points. A personal favorite. I've met so many beautiful, amazing, wonderful people. Y'all know who you are. I'll name drop Carly, Sophia, Laura, Christy, Eve, Allison, Bella, Sam, Paige, Grace, Cece, Lindsay. I'm off my line.
Tolly.
Tolly! Rest in Tolly!
Rest in peace, Tolly.
There's so many of you that I hold so close. I love you with my whole heart. And down to its core, that's what I love about CTY. It's not just the dances. It's not just that people think I'm a dude because my voice is low when I sing at the dances. It's not like love tape or any of the other things that we all know and love. It's you guys. It's every single one of you. It's the people. And I'll always treasure that. And it's really hard to say goodbye. As the famous and wise Spider-Man once said, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. No! I don't want to go. But as the even wiser Master Oogway once said, my time has come. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, I love the passion fruit.
Hey guys. One small announcement. So breakfast has actually started. So like if you guys want to grab food, by all means go ahead. And also request from the URL. Try not to use the phone.
Tommy, stop! Stop! We know you're a bro. It's okay. You know you're dominant. You're more of a Kyle. Connie!
God, we're losing so many. The food has taken them.
Of course, my speech is the first one after everyone.
Yeah, shut up for a second, thank you.
CTY has been a really important part of my life for a really long time. My first session of real CTY was Carlisle 15-1, which is a really long time ago. This is my 8th session of real CTY. Over 5 years, 9 total years. First session, I was really timid. I didn't know anyone outside my home. And I didn't really participate in very many traditions. Since then, I've participated in a lot of traditions that a lot of people. I've seen so many Passionfruit speeches. CTY is my favorite place in the world. It's one of the few places where I truly feel alive. I'm gonna miss all of this. The watermelon sacrifice, the monk walk, the grass shenanigans, dances, Rocky, AI, Evo food, playing Glamo, the after dance, brave circles, losing the game, lost the
Game.
Most of all, though, I'm gonna miss each and every one of you guys. But I can be content knowing that I've lived my life at CTY to the fullest that I can. And honestly, after so many years, I can say that I'm ready. And wherever I go, I know I'm going to have all of these beautiful memories, all of these beautiful moments, and all of my beautiful friends. Shout out to all of the Poi Boys, Dan Fu, Owen Gao, Nathan Burke, Selah, Matt, Ethan, Cece, Chris, and all the other ravers out there. Special shout out to Fox, who decided to leave for breakfast. But I was the first one to discover his talent, and he is going to be a really good Jack Black. Shout out to all the other position holders, both this year and next year, and the previous 3 years. Shout out to everyone who's ever gone to Carlisle.
Come on.
Shout out to Aaron, Little Sam, Nico, Ethan, for everyone else that I played Smash with. Shout out to whoever was playing at my semi-legal poker table during the casino night thing. Shout out to the other guys in my hall who played Mao with so many rules that we played for 2 hours straight without anyone winning. Shout out to Why Y'all on Bikes. Shout out to Ka-Chunky Fried Chicken. The scaling triangle.
Stop.
Triangle.
To the cult of Jerry.
Jerry.
To Bean Spillage.
Village.
To the oldest tradition at CTY, the National Plumbers Association. Finally, to all of my friends, to every friend that I've made over the years, and to everyone here, and everyone who left the room, thank you for the best memories of my life. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit.
We're gonna do a great racing at Carlisle.
Next is Madeline Ha. Is she a breakfast?
Madeline Ha.
Does anyone know somebody Madeline Ha? Okay then.
She was in my game.
Are they at breakfast?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Isabella Vidal?
I'll do a counting.
Also at breakfast.
Okay. Alana Taylor?
She's not Nevermore.
Okay.
What?
Nancy Aaron?
Neither is she.
Thanks for being a no more who's present.
You're welcome. Apple in your pocket.
What?
Is that apple in your pocket?
Go Apple!
Is that Samsung boy?
Apple?
All right. I'm gonna try to speak really loud so everyone can hear me, right? Okay. So first thing I want to talk about is Foursquare, and I know it's kind of like trivial, mundane to a lot of people here. I'm also gonna walk in circles because everyone else did it, right? So, to me, to most people, Foursquare is just like a game you play on the playground when you're a kid. But to me and to so many other people at CTY, it really is like a gateway to friendship and a community building thing for everyone. 5 years ago, I think it was 4 years ago actually, my squirrel year, Danfu birthed a position of Foursquare God that never really went anywhere. And the reason for that was because he held it for 2 years, and then he gave it to my friend Raymond, who held it for another 2 years, and isn't really a great extemporaneous speaker, so he just sort of like said, "Yo, Aaron, like do it," and I was like, "Okay." I think the most important thing about Foursquare is that it's good for everyone and that it's always stays fresh. And I think the person who best kept the game fresh this year was Nico. Other Nico. So I'm Aaron. Some of you know me as like the guy who eats the apples. Some of you know me as that guy who goes into the AI circle and sometimes makes a joke. I'm here. It's my 4th year of normal CTY. I did 1 year of baby CTY as well, but you've heard a lot of old stories. I have a bit of a prepared speech on my phone. I'm going to reference it a little bit, but I want to make sure that you can actually like see, because I'm talking, right? So the sort of thing I want to address here is, like, what really is CTY to everyone, right? So people call CTY the F&M campus. They call the people who live here. And it may be some of those things, but actually, I don't think it's any of those things. I don't know. Basically, CTY isn't just the campus. It's not just the people. It's not just Big Man Tony and a bunch of RAs with fancy lanyards. It's not even just the things that we do here. CTY isn't the room where Kivo Guy walks around. It's us spilling beans on the table and remembering it.
Woo!
Yeah. When I first came to CTY, I didn't know what it would mean to me, right? But now I realize that it changed. About 2 hours ago, I was wearing basically a necklace with a bunch of $80 pendants on it. It's the most expensive piece of jewelry I owned, okay? And they took it from me. I don't consider myself someone who likes to follow traditions, but here I am, right? Participating in the dances, there for the after dance every dance. I mean, really, what is there? I want to give a couple shout outs, but I don't want to take too long. Huge shout outs to everyone in my class who kept the film going. Even through like all the people who ended up leaving for some reason. In addition to that, shout outs to Cole who left like the 3rd day. Shout outs to people who were here, who were in my classes years prior. Thank you so much to Sam, Julian, Michaela, just to name a few. Thanks so much for the people in the other hall who weren't squirrels, who played Smash with me sometimes. It was pretty cool. And thanks most of all to like the people who run all this. I cannot imagine the amount of work that goes into keeping all these traditions alive. And if there's one thing I can ask to all the people out here, is that you try to keep them alive. Not just to remember us, but to remember the things that we did. Because I'm not that important of a guy. I'm not even that cool. I mean, I'm wearing socks and sandals.
Socks and slides are permitted.
Thanks.
Lucky croc with many gibbets. This
Okay.
is appropriate footwear.
Shush, please. But most importantly, I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit.
Eating the fruit passionately.
I'm sorry to catch you mid-muffin, but you're...
Love you, Theo.
And me is 6 years here.
Really bad at advertisement, so I wrote something that's actually too bad.
Not me.
So I want to start with an actually good quote from Plato, because they never have any at the start of the session.
Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. Touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. The first time I came to CTY was 4 years ago, not far from here in Houston. To take Paradox and Infinities. It was 16 months. And I mean, I'll be really honest, any CTY site here in the United States is really far from home because that is so but the first time I came to CTY was also the first time I found Oasis. And I realized that there are multiple sites and multiple places I could go to and where I could feel like I belong. So for the next 3 years I was a site hopper. Kind of went all over the country, like visiting sites. And this 4th year is the first time I come back to the same site twice. And this section has the highest peaks and the most beautiful valleys and rivers that I could ever meet, or that I could ever just cross. I loved it. I'm forever marked by it. 19.1 has made me a mathematical masterpiece, as everyone in topology knows. Oh yes. My body will never forget the shame of the wild duck from Bill. Most importantly, I found the song I wish to sing. I heard another heart whisper back. I felt the touch of a lover and the poetry of this place caressing my hair. I guess this was the one section where the ghost of the end was always tugging on my collar. During the dance yesterday, I was looking at the rave circle and all those bright moving lights. And I thought in my head how beautiful things are when you're so keenly aware it will be your last time seen. We have class later today, but all we'll be doing is letting our eyes rest, whether it be because of fatigue or because they're raw now that time has eroded the reservoir of tears. So the song has stopped playing for me. I am fulfilled and I am fulfillment. Tomorrow I'll have left the center for circumstantially talented youth. I like you. I love you. I CTY you. I love CTY and I love the Passionfruit. I like your hair.
Thanks. So this is my last session. It's been great being with you all. I went first 17-1 Lancaster, 17-2 18-2 Carlisle, and then 18-1 Carlisle, and now back here 19-1 Lancaster. And I'd just like to say thank you all for making this a great camp. Like through all the classes, I'd like to thank Topology for breaking new ground at CTY and starting a new course. It was great being with you all. Nearly throwing up because I drank so much SKL at Star Crash, and doing all the American Pie and other dances. I mean, it's really like what we've created. There's just nothing like it in the world, and just like to thank you all for that. Also, I'm pretty sure I hold the record for the most times hit by the jester because of a bad joke. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit.
Kira Riddell.
Yeah.
If you want. Okay, hi, I'm Kira. Kira, love you. So I've been to my fair share of camps. I've been to 5 different campuses in the last 7 years, but only 2 were at CTY. And so basically the only reason I even went to CTY is because my sister went to it. She went to Carlisle. I know there's a big rivalry here, but I also went to Carlisle last year. And whether you're fighting about which site's best, I can safely say that I like CTY the most. So, sorry, I can't read my own handwriting. I always manage to meet some of the greatest people I would have never met otherwise. So at Carlisle, sorry, this might be a little bit of a flash here. You basically say like 2 blank, 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 and I thought that's how speeches went here, so I wrote my speech like that. So now we're going to read the part that I wrote like that in class. To going to Kivo so much that the Kivo lady actually knows my name and my exact order. It's kind of sad. To physically wincing when I drink SKL for the first time, and one of those is mine, so can't wait for that. To all the acorns being thrown at me during AI. to being so bad at Blamo, I didn't carry around my spoon for a week, but it was just broken in my bag. So I carried around a broken, non-valid spoon, and then tried to Blamo Cece wherever she is with a non-working spoon while not holding it. So bro, she's sick. Is it still worth it? And to losing all my friends from non-CTY, because I talk about CTY so much on my Snapchat. And so much more. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit. SKL. I don't like SKL. Why are you all checking things at me?
Okay, so this speech was written last night at 3 a.m., fueled by sugar and caffeine. So, let's get into this. First off, I'd like to compare this to Plato's Republic. But in all seriousness, I think that CTY is the closest that we'll ever get to having a utopia. It's a place where people are able to be accepted, where you can form some of the best friendships of your life in just 3 weeks. But that doesn't really do it justice. You all know what I mean. How do you summarize spending your whole life just being some random high school student, except for 3 weeks when you're part of the generation lost in space? I always run into this problem at home. I can't explain CTY to anyone. I have other friends who've been to other nerd camps, and they all think they have a good idea of what CTY is, but they don't. CTY is one of those things you have to experience for yourself, because it's more than just some nerd thing. It's an intangible, inexplicable quality. It's like a vibe, you know? It's inside jokes that are shared with a few hundred people who somehow never actually learned them, but also did. It's some dude with an old plaid shirt whacking people with a pool noodle. It's chanting about circles and people without eyelashes. It's crying at 3 a.m. on your friend's shoulder for the first time. You're ready to admit that you aren't straight. And it's the same friend crying on your shoulder about the same thing a year later. CTY is experiencing the entire range of human emotion and relationship in the span of 3 weeks, while being fueled by SKL. It's the only place where 4 absolute gay idiots could sit down at a table in 18.1 and make a terrible pun and have it turn into a family just as large as it can.
Yeah, Gable.
Yeah! There's a few people in particular from the Gable I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank Noah Aronson, who aged out last year, double sessioned with me in 18.1 and 18.2, and helped make the Gable what it is today. I'd like to thank Avery Lambrecht, I think it's pronounced. I'm so sorry about that. Who has been the best friend I could have possibly asked for these last 2 years. And finally, I'd like to thank Charlie Vibert, who I know will uphold the spirit of the Gable for his remaining year of CTY. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the passion fruit. One more thing I forgot to add.
Yes.
So, today's the last day, and people's parents and guardians are going to be here. And CTY is a very accepting place, but not everyone's family is. So, if you could please, after Passion Fruit, pack up the pride flags. I want to make sure that CTY remains a option to, and accepting for people who aren't able to get that at home.
She's right there.
don't know if I'm coming back or not. I asked my mom and she said, I don't know. And I asked her again and she said, I don't know, stop asking. But I don't think I could leave, like, without giving a speech. So it's kind of be like a half speech. Basically, just, there's, like, a lot of things I want to say. Basically, just, like, appreciation. Like, I love my class. I love my hall. Look at them. They're great. I'm, like, super proud of, like, my one-word buddies. And, like, you guys are going to do so great. And, Sam, go to sleep. And also, so basically, I've been going to CTY for, like, 6 years. And, so 2 of those years were, like, the non-residential, which is, like, kind of just, like, summer school, but it's still, like, fun. But when I got here, I was just like, oh, like, this isn't the same. It was, like, pretty whack. So, that was weird. But, basically, like, my main thing that I want to say is, like, that I've used CTY for a while as, like, this place to look forward to when I've been in, like, dark places. It's, like, kind of been that, like, light. And, like, the whole positivity thing is, like, basically, like, I know, like, the closest 7 that I'll ever be, but, like, there will be places, and there will be times, even though it seems incomprehensible, and it does for me too, where you will be just as happy as you are here, and just more happy. So that's basically what I want to say. Some optimism. That's all. Oh, also I have my own drink. So if you guys want to. Also, I love you. I like you. I love you. I CTY you. I love CTY and I love Passionfruit. Shit, sorry.
It's funny for me to think about the first time I pulled up to CTY. I was even shorter than I was now. I was even more annoying than I am now. My voice was super high. Every time I talked to a girl, my stomach started doing backflips. An alarm started going through my head. I was one messed up dude with too much energy, who had just learned way too many dirty jokes and too many swear words. So I was walking with my mom through the ASFC, and I was hella pissed. I saw a sea of Asians and Indians, a bunch of computer geeks, people I thought I did not vibe with. I was like, Mom, why did you bring me to nerd camp? I don't want to go to nerd camp. Little did that weak-foot, over-energetic, insecure buffoon knew that that was probably the best decision that his mom ever made. At CTY, I've had too many amazing memories and met too many amazing people. I've snuck out of floors to go to sleepovers with my bros and then gotten caught. I've been caught and videotaped sleep talking about the most random things in the world, like calling LeBron James a potato chip. Talking about some girl. I've been, let's see. Oh, I've accidentally kicked soccer balls onto the roof. I've stood in the pouring rain, dancing with a girl who seemed like she just came out of the movies. I met my best friend here 2 years ago. Shout out Ravina. I met my bros for life here. Ethan, my Asian Brody. Keep doing those crazy ass workouts, even though they hurt like crap, bro. Who never stop going all out during those ultimate frisbees and really any sport. Keep it going, bro. Let's see. Max, stay on that Clash of Clans grind and keep those chubby cheeks chubby. Marco, never stop balling out and dancing like the weirdo you are. Sorry for asking if you're from Shanghai, even though you're from Hong Kong, like a million times. Ricardo, keep dripping too hard. Nico, my broski, we've been through so much, man. 2 years. I'll miss you, bro. You're my guy. Ayush, what can I even say about you, man? What the hell? I don't even know. You're just a different type of person, man.
I love you, Rohan.
I love you too, man. Keep everyone smiling, all right? That's what I want to tell you.
Shout out Mike Saw for taking me in. I'm like a second dude in your hall, you know. Shout out Chem class for taking me in at lunch every day. Thank you for that. My hall, where you at? Thank you guys for like I scream a lot. I'm pretty loud, and they dealt with that the whole session. It's pretty crazy. And my floor too, really. Like I think everyone in that building heard me. But yeah. And I also met a girl that helped me have the time of my life. Rita, never stop being amazing. Keep smiling. So for the past 4 years, CTY has given me 3 weeks where I can just run away from all my problems, be with my friends, and most of all, my crazy, obnoxious, rambunctious, idiotic, I don't know, what other adjectives, over-energetic self. Thank you to everyone who's helped me out with anything, and I hope that I at least made you smile once. I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passion Fruit.
Why am I not wearing shoes? I just don't want to put them on again. It's pretty annoying. Okay, so I'm saying this piece also on behalf of my friend Andrew over there who has no voice from screaming. Okay, so this is my 3rd year at CTY, but my other 2 years were at Carlisle, and I'm assuming none of you want to hear about that. Okay, so I want to start off by saying thanks to my hall, the Dan Clan. Although half of it was made up of 8th graders, we did almost everything together. We may have not won any prizes, and we may have touched in half but we did what actually counted, which was card games in the basement of Steinman. I also want to say shout out to Dan RA for putting up with all the crap we gave him. He's insanely chill, and I'm glad he was my last RA. I do wonder if we were a good first call for him, though. Our physics class was honestly amazing. Yes, we had to do problems we didn't understand, but with our labs and Laura and Lenny in our classroom, it was always fun, even if it's not always interesting. Laura was always relatively loud, but without her there, the class would not have been fun. Amy, the father, was also there, and like every time she walked into class, she would either be walking like this, or she would be doing the wall, which seems a lot like her. Why, I have no idea, but that's not for me to say. Okay. This having been my first year here, there were quite a few things that were new to me, but the traditions make the experience real and worthwhile. The dances were places that I could look like an idiot and not be judged, for the most part. I made so many friends. I met so many amazing people that are so numerous I can't count. Most of them are over there in this area. Andrew, Eva, Kira, Katie, Wyatt, / Ezra, Allison, Noah, Gavin, the rest of my hall. Theo, Julia, yeah. I can't name them all, but there's so many people that were amazing that I met here. To end off, I'd like to say sorry for being cheeky. CTY has been a place where I can be myself. It's a place where I can find other people who are just as quirky as I am. It's a place where I can sing the Pokemon theme song at the top of my lungs while dozens of other people do the same. CTY will forever be my home away from home. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passion Fruit.
Anaya?
Oh God.
Do not.
No, stop. That was
When I first came to CTY, I was still in 17.2.
went to Carlisle for 18.1 and took genetics. I made new friends and experienced so many new traditions that I hadn't experienced before. I left missing all my friends, the activities, and our self-named class of painting. Now I'm on my third year and I feel like I can't imagine one more day to CTY. I now
too intense, like whether French Canadians actually exist. I'm going to miss my class, the Neuro Gang, and my hall, the bus drivers. I'm going to miss the song Dance With Me and flashing gang signs to its beat every morning during aerobics. I'm going to miss my classmates yelling out random CTYI stuff during lectures, and how we always seem to return to talking about our weird dreams. I'm going to miss fighting over trees and holding the gun, aka Muhammad. I'm going to miss freaking out non-CTYers with our rituals. I'm going to miss every random CTYer with class. I'm going to miss everything that was home. And I know that would be a great place to keep myself concerned about life and learning things. Thank you to everyone who has just made the past 3 years at CTY great. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, I love the passion.
Just let me.
Okay, so, like the song Macarena by Los Del Rio, I am a one-hit wonder. For those of you who aren't familiar with the CTY Lancaster lingo, this means this is my first and last year at CTY. This has had its fair share of pros and cons, but today I'm only going to talk about the good stuff. Before I came to CTY, my life was a real bore. I mean, I was literally signing up to do summer classes. But what I got from CTY was way more than fast-paced high school physics. I got to meet my amazing hallmates and make so many new friends. CTY allowed me to be myself without worrying about who was around. In these 3 weeks, I was most definitely the most gayest I've ever been in my whole life. No lie. Go girl. It was so fun. And even though technically I'm a squirrel, I felt like I was embracing so many traditions even though I'm new here. Speaking of traditions, I don't know how I caught on to so many of them. Like, there are a lot. Like, so many. Anyway, thank you all so much for accepting me for who I am and making my CTY experience so amazing. A couple of shout-outs I want to give are to my physics class. I had so much fun, and although our class was kind of hectic, it was still pretty cool. Shout out to Dan playing my hall. It was pretty fun, and it was just so cool. We got married and everything. It's official. And shout out to my friend Myra over there. Blammo got it. She's one Blammo, best person I've ever met. Thank you to Julia and Theo for being really cool friends to our whole group. Thank you to Laura, and just thank you to Lauren as well. Thank you to everyone here who's helped me be the person that I am. And in closing, I just want to say a quote that I'm pretty sure that you guys have all heard. I lost the game! But actually, in all seriousness, I have a real quote. It goes like this. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Once again, thank you all so much. And if any of you all want to reach me, I'm Lemmy_2612 everywhere. And finally, I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit. Thank you guys so much.
Nicholas
Got this. Hello. My name is Nicholas Ng, and I'm at No More. Sorry, Nevermore.
Some of you may know me as a short Asian guy, the kind of idiot fashion type, or just simply as Sam's your name. Shout out to the man behind the camera.
These past 3 wonderful years of CTY has been quite interesting, filled with some of my most joyous and depressing moments. Some of you might say that CTY is like Plato's Republic, where the concept of the individual is eradicated, and children are taught the value of being one with the state, where learning is not the first priority, but the only priority, and that CTY isn't summer, it's school. This was exactly what I thought CTY was when I first came here 3 years ago. I was never the person who wanted to dance for the entirety of CTY, or complete traditions, or even wait in the line for either. I never chose to go to CTY. It was a decision made by my parents. My priority at CTY was always to work. I was kind of the outsider of the class, and I never was truly present. I was focused on my future of the SATs, of high school, of college. This year, I returned with the same stubborn mentality. I never really understood the value and significance of tradition, especially poi. During the first dance, I decided to step away from my comfort zone and socialize on a more personal level. It was then that I started to actually talk to people in my home. It was these fantastic people that got me to dance, socialize, and do dance songs. Shout out to Ben, Yamato, Gavin, Isabella, Madeline. For the first time in my 3 years of CTY, I enjoyed myself without the burden of the future. Weight was alleviated from my shoulders, and I could finally see why people raved with their poi, why my roommate shoved half a gallon of SEL at Star Trek, why people screamed, "I lost the game!"
Lost the game.
Now that I've experienced the true meaning of CTY, I know as a fact that it is not Plato's Republic. It's not summer school. While learning is a priority, it is not the priority. The real priority is to enjoy yourself. Eat as much as you want, go out during quad time and try something new. Just within these 3 weeks, I have changed as a person and embraced my true self. Now I'd like to give a thanks out to all the RAs I had in the past. So shout out to RA Kamal, Haverford 17.1, RA Safi, Bristol 18.2, and finally RA Donald, Lancaster 19.1. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY, and I love the Passionfruit.
Eva. Yeah, Eva.
So my battery's at 1%, so we're gonna try and do this quick.
Yeah. Wait, Eva, do you want a charger? Do you have a portable?
Why you get good hold it like that. So, for all those who still haven't caught on, CTY is a pretty special place, and a lot of that is thanks to every single person who comes. It is every one of you who makes this place into the magical place I call my home. It wasn't always like this. When I first came to CTY last year, I was very confused for the first week, primarily because of all of the insane traditions that were thrown at me like Halloween and family songs during the first dance. I was introduced to raving, and on top of that, I had to balance the stress of my class, which I didn't understand whatsoever. Shout out to Mr. P. I know that a lot of people have felt like this at one point or another in their CTY careers, since the amount of things people seem to know is endless, and it may seem as though it is only you who doesn't understand what's going on. You might wonder why people shout, "I lost the game!"
30 minutes! Stop this!
Heresy. Not funny.
It's not the only. Not funny! Did you have your noodles yet? Disgusting!
All over the quad when you don't even know what the game is. Unfortunately, I don't have the best solution to this feeling of confusion or overall isolation. The only way you can get over this is by immersing yourself in the traditions that make CTY so special. Go up to random people and ask them, "Hey, what is the game that people keep saying they lost?" And no, you will not be judged or not be talking to them here at CTY, because for the most part, there's usually something strange going on, with people rolling around in the grass or discussing whether or not it is possible to paint a keyboard student to make it a
makeshift Flambo's food. My point is, yes. My point is, the only way you will be able to enjoy the full CTY experience is to go and throw yourself into this fire. Join that canon song. Start a grass orgy with your friends. Wear PJs for a full day instead of regular clothes. I'm doing this right now by giving this speech. And even if I had a doubt earlier, I'm so happy some of my friends supported me and trusted. I will never regret my decision. And so won't you. So I'm going to end this with some shout outs to my friends. So shout out to my roommates, even though we go to rival schools. Thank you to my hallmates, the lads. Let's go. Thank you to the data class, topology and physics. And finally, Max, I don't know if you're here, but like you rejected me the whole time for the dance, but it's okay. I like you, I love you, I CTY you. I love CTY and I love the Passionfruit.
Ethan Michelson. Also, we're running out of time. It's 8:47. We have to be at class at 8:50 the latest. So, make your speeches like 30 seconds.
Ethan. Yeah, Ethan.
For your guide. So I wrote a speech, but I don't like that speech, so I'm just gonna throw it away, and I don't have time to recite it anyway. I just really want to say thank all of you for the best 6 weeks of my life that I spent at Lancaster, and I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY, and I love the Passion.
Anna.
I guess the speech I made is too long. So, I really love CTY, and I think that's 30 seconds. So, I like you, I love you, I CTY you, I love CTY.
You know, when I first came to this camp, the first thing I did was I made a stupid speech and I made a nickname on every single person in my what's that thing? The dorms. I've done a lot of dumb stuff, let me just say. I've busted down, I've had 11 sanctions, I've lost my lanyard exactly 26 times, I've got called down to the office like 3 times, and I've had like personal talks. So let me just say, we, as a community here, we're not a camp anymore. We are a family. Kudos to Megan, Allie, Anna, Liz, Hannah, Yuna. Rest in peace, Nico, Yehoon. What? Oh, wrap it up. Okay, whatever. All of you guys, whatever. Anyway, kudos to say, what's that thing again? I like you, I love you, and I CTY you. I love CTY and I love the Passion Fruit.